Dan Zanger smashed the trading world record, putting up a 29,000% return in just 2 years, turning his $10,000 account into over $18 million. Now, how in the heck did he do that? But more importantly, how can we achieve similar results? Dan's story starts out pretty similar to most of us. Dan attended college, but quickly realized that the traditional path was not for him. He dropped out and decided to become an independent pool contractor. And Dan was doing pretty well for himself, but something was bothering him. You see, he had developed a deep passion for the stock market. When he wasn't sweating to death in the California heat, Dan was studying stocks. He was obsessed with how they moved and the patterns that they kept forming. And one day, the heat just got too much for Dan. He had had enough. He cashed in his car for $11,000 and decided to test his luck in the markets. You see, Dan was a normal guy, just like you and me. He had negative thoughts in the beginning and he struggled trying to make progress. Just when he thought he was getting good as a trader, he would encounter setbacks. But all of the studying and failures began paying off. Dan saw his account hit 6 figures, then 7 figures, and then 8 figures, all within 2 years. But how in the world did he do it? Well, you see, I've been studying Dan and his trades, and I'm going to share with you the 3 keys to his success right now. Key number 1. Dan realized that trading stocks based on others' opinions, news, or even fundamentals was pointless. Some stocks had great fundamentals, but the price didn't go anywhere for years. And some stocks had no fundamentals and made crazy moves. So what could he base his trades on? Well, he traded off the only thing that never changes: human psychology. You see, whether it's the 1800s or the 2000s, human emotions do not change. Humans will always be fearful and they will always be greedy. And these emotions are reflected in the prices on a stock chart. Dan noticed these patterns in the stock's movements, and he spent hours going through thousands of charts until this one pattern was drilled into his mind. Now, all he had to do was wait until the pattern started forming in real time and then profit off of them. I will even show you one of the trades he took on his journey to 18 million. This is CMGI, an early internet company that IPO'd late in the 90s. Now, the actual company was just losing money during this time, and most smart investors would have avoided it, but not Dan. He saw the beautiful pattern that the chart made. He would have bought here and then sold when it made its move, and then bought in again when it formed another great pattern. And if you would have taken these 2 trades with a $10,000 position, it would have turned into $21,600 from just 2 trades. Now, obviously this is a great example, but do you see how powerful his method is? And the craziest part is he only risked 5% on his initial investments in these trades. Insane. But he could not have done it without key number 2. After making that huge discovery, Dan now needed a system to trade these patterns. He needed to develop hard rules that, when followed correctly, would keep his account growing and his emotions on the sidelines. He made rules to help him stay in the fastest moving stocks possible, but he also made rules to help him sell the stocks before they came crashing down. Now, I've created a free document in the description with all of the rules that he used and all of his trades, but for now, the 3rd and final key: gas. No, not actual gas. I mean trading gas. Imagine you have 2 cars. The first car is really old, nasty. It's a beat up car with a broken engine and it's leaking stuff everywhere and it's completely messed up. And the second car is a brand new, pristine Lamborghini. If you put gas into the old broken car, you get in, stomp the gas pedal, it's probably gonna explode. Now, if you put that same gas in a pristine, brand new Lamborghini, you will start flying down the road. And that's kind of how margin works. If your trading looks like this, margin will destroy you. But if your trading looks like this, margin is going to supercharge your gains. And don't take it from me, take it from Dan himself. Never go on margin until you have mastered the market, charts, and your emotions. Once Dan had mastered the first 2 keys, he applied margin to his account to take it to insane levels. And we can do the exact same. Now, this information is extremely powerful, but you need to know how to level up your trading fast and to skip over all the mistakes that a lot of traders make in the beginning. And you can learn how to do that right here.